Hey, and welcome to Destroy All Movies. This is your old pal Jim coming at you solo. That's right, by myself. So I thought we might intersperse some episodes. I don't want to say failed, but it did fail. Experiment of creating another show called Destroy All Television, where we would talk about television. So we did a few episodes of that, and I thought I would start with the re-release of it. Episodes 1 and 2 of the second season of the show Knight Rider. I'll give you a little synopsis. In Goliath, episodes 1 and 2, Michael Knight meets his evil doppelganger, Garth Knight. Pretty damn exciting. Well, let's get on to the show. You'll recognize the voices, I believe. See you on the flip-flop of Destroy All Television, where we're going to take classic and sometimes not so classic television shows.
Right.
And give them the Destroy All Movies treatment, only television-wise.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So what's on our first show?
Oh, it's a beauty. It is a beauty. It's season 2, episode 1 and 2 of Knight Rider.
Knight Rider.
Goliath.
Let me tell you, man.
October 2nd, 1983.
Wow.
I'm not going to lie. I unbuttoned my shirt a little when I watched this. I had to drop a button or two when I was watching this to get in the mood.
Well, you noticed when he was in the airport or something? I forget which scene he was in.
He went to a bus station.
Yeah, the bus station.
That dude, he had one button.
The dude walking behind him.
Yeah.
Only had his shirt wide open.
I know. That's what I mean. Like when I watched this, I was like, I have too many buttons going. I had to loosen up. Show a little chest hair.
Yes, this has all of the Michael Knight you want, and a lot of it you don't. Michael Knight you really don't want.
And Garth Knight.
Yeah.
Garth Knight, yes. Michael Knight's evil would-be brother.
Yeah. Thank you.
1983 makes a lot of sense now.
Oof.
I think I watched it live.
So This opens up in the desert. There's some blonde-haired dude with a camera wearing very tight pants and shirt. Right. Running through the desert.
No, he was riding. First, it was riding a dirt bike.
Oh, that's right. He was on a dirt bike first.
And then he came down the hill. He was running down the hill, which I don't understand why he didn't just turn off the dirt bike and coast down the hill.
I don't know why. Like he wasn't trying to hide. He was just.
Yeah, he was terrible at hiding.
He was just running right out in the open.
Yeah, it was like watching the beginning of Crocodile Dundee 2.
What?
Why?
Okay, you're gonna have to explain that one because I do not remember the beginning
of Crocodile Dundee 2 is when Sue's ex-husband with the photographer was taking pictures of Rico.
Oh yeah,
he was kind of running down the thing, and same shit.
Right. So this dude runs, and there's a big warehouse, and he's taking pictures, and some soldiers outside. And he goes inside, sneaks inside the warehouse very easily.
Yeah, and I was going to say, they didn't have a lock anywhere on the... I mean, you're in the middle of the desert. Why do you need a lock?
So he sneaks in there, and he's behind all of these crates and stuff, and he's taking pictures, and soldiers are going by, and there's this big thing there, and you're only seeing little pieces of it. Right. And then he gets found out by Garth Knight. But the thing is, dude, turn your motor drive off on your camera.
Right.
Because it's
yeah, I'm surprised flashes weren't going off like crazy.
And he was in like plain sight too.
Yeah. He was terrible at hiding.
Really bad.
Yeah, he's not great at hiding.
He was terrible at getting caught too, because all he did was stand there and stare.
Yeah. And then
move around, Garth. How accurate could Garth be with that cane gun?
I was just going to say he's using Penguin's old gun.
Yeah. He borrowed it off the Penguin.
He borrowed it off the Penguin.
So that's when we're introduced to Garth Knight, who has a thin mustache or mustachio. Right. No, it's a full mustache.
Yeah, it's a mustache.
And a soul patch.
And an earring.
Oh, that's right.
Diamond
earring too.
Right.
And the longer, he had a little longer sideburns.
That's right, longer sideburns. That's how you can tell them apart really easily.
And a cane.
Yeah, but they both had the hair helmet.
But you notice he never put that cane on the ground. Like he never walked with it as a cane. He always held it like toward the midsection of the cane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe he was, in his younger years, he was studying, Broadway stuff. Or maybe to dance it out.
Or maybe the gun will accidentally go off if he's smacking it on the ground.
The Penguin's like, dude, don't put it on the ground. It'll go off.
He just finished physical therapy. He doesn't need the cane anymore.
Yeah.
But he got attached to it.
And it's for the look.
Yeah. It definitely is.
You gotta unbutton the top 4 buttons.
That's right.
Damn near saw his belly button, for Christ's sake.
So next we see Kit driving along the road with Michael in the car, and he gets a call from Devin on the video screen.
Dude, you know what? Devin had some fucking deep blue eyes, boy. Devin, like when I saw this, I was just
Edward Mulhare.
Yeah, he was
played Devin.
Yeah, he was the Q of the Night organization, but not Q.
He was in an old television sitcom called The Ghost and Mrs. Muir.
Heard about it. Never seen.
He was the ghost of a captain who was
sounds about right.
Huh?
Sounds about right.
Yeah, and he stayed up in the basically the attic or the penthouse of the house, and he would interact. He had sort of a lovey-dovey thing going on with the woman who bought the house, Mrs. Muir.
Oh, okay.
Wow. So he was the titular ghost.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
So he always looked like dapper in his captain's outfit and shit.
He still does. He's always dressed to the nines.
He can pull off dapper.
Yeah.
And why does he have a phone in a box?
I don't know. Why does Michael Knight have to hit 3 buttons to answer a phone call?
I don't know. Why didn't they put it on the steering wheel? They have all these fucking stupid pressure sensors.
He has to reach up and he hits 3 buttons.
Yeah.
Beep, like, boop, beep.
Yeah. So did you ever get a look at Kit's
dashboard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you take some stills? I'm sure
I didn't take some stills of it to talk about what's on the dashboard.
Yeah, because some of it just didn't make sense. Like I paused it. I'm like, all right.
System pressure? I think that one's
no, like PSI was one of them.
That means the wheels.
Yeah, I get that, but and then one of them was automation, not auto. It was something generic. I'm just like, really? Like you couldn't have you couldn't think of anything else.
Yeah, like bat phone.
Yeah,
even the tape player said tape.
Oh my god, in huge. Oh my god! Not just tape, but it said tape like huge.
Yeah, like the old Batman show would label things.
Yeah, tape.
Tape.
Give him a break. It's 1983.
Still, dude.
And you're telling me Michael Knight I'm jumping ahead. Okay. So Michael's driving in the desert, and I'm asking myself, at that point, is Michael driving that car? Because if he's driving the car and he's staring at that video screen, that's dangerous driving.
No, Kit's always driving.
No, Kit's not always driving. He always is driving that car.
Well, he can multitask.
Yeah.
You're in the middle of the fucking desert. Who are you going to hit? He was the only one out there.
I'm just saying, Michael's a dangerous driver. Thank God Kit can take control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, if you noticed, I am wearing my Night Industries t-shirt.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
I did not. And
did you order that special for the show?
Not for this show. I had it already, Carl.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. No, I did not notice.
No, I did not notice.
And you notice how Michael is like super casual answering that phone? Like, yo, Devin.
Yeah.
Oh, Bonnie, go ahead. It's like, and then he tells him to do the job and he's up. Yeah, catch you later. Does Michael Knight take his job seriously?
No.
He doesn't seem to.
Nor should he.
Yeah, right.
So Bonnie, just so you know, like when I was watching this, Bonnie's hair should have her own credits.
Well, it's weird. They had a different mechanic.
Right.
Or technician, whatever her position was, in the first season.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I think this season's the only one that Bonnie, the character Bonnie was in. I think they brought back the actress who was in the first season came back in the.
Oh, okay. Because she didn't have enough hair.
Yeah, she didn't have the full do
when I saw
the disco boots
when it was
wearing.
Like Sarah Holt or whatever her name is playing Bonnie, and it was like Keira Knightley playing Bonnie's hair. Like her hair needed its own credit. It was huge.
It's 1983, man.
Still, it was its own character.
You grew up in Jersey. You should recognize that hair.
I know, but dude, that was a lot of hair.
Yeah.
So they tell Michael,
like Sam Elliott. Sam Elliott should have 2 credits: Sam Elliott and Sam Elliott's mustache.
So Devin says you got to go talk to this woman who is a blackjack dealer or something in Vegas because her brother's missing, and for some reason that is important to the Foundation for Law and Government. Just one dude missing.
Yeah. Well, they needed a storyline. So I have a question.
Yeah.
Was a lot of it out in Vegas? A lot of this show recorded out there?
I'm sure some of it was.
Huh?
Just these 2 episodes or the whole show?
No, like the whole show. Where was it? Wasn't it based
it wasn't in Vegas.
Oh, because they were in Vegas a lot.
Well, no, this show mostly took place in Southern California for the most part.
It was mostly filmed where I grew up, in Santa Clarita.
There you go.
So were the Dukes of Hazzard.
Ah, yeah. So,
Bonnie starts razzing Devin, saying, "Well, what about your date, Devin?" Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And he goes, and he's sly, and he goes, "I wouldn't call it a date. It's with Wilton Knight's widow."
Yeah.
And she doesn't do anything without an ulterior motive. So I figure he's prepared.
Right.
He's prepared for anything because he knows she's got something up her sleeve. Right.
That she's a sly fox.
Or upper moo-moo, whatever the fuck that stupid dress she was wearing. Like that. Now that is a late 60s, early 70s star, movie star dress.
Yeah, that was.
She was pretty good. I guarantee that
Barbara Rush who played.
She wasn't bad. She was actually a pretty good actor.
Yeah, so was the guy that played Garth Knight.
Yeah, he was.
He was. So Devin goes to dinner with the widow. And she goes, oh my God. He goes, oh, so what do you got up your sleeve there, honey? And he'll go, oh, it's so stuffy in here. Will you open a window? And he went to that window and he must have studied it before trying to open, because he took a long time to open that window, long enough for her to slowly get out the poison vial and pour it into his wine. So later you see Devin just standing there staring, and she goes, Devin, and then he keels over.
Yeah.
And then she says, oh, now time for questioning. And meanwhile, Michael Knight goes to Vegas and sits down at
Can we mention the Vegas music? A shit cover of the Rolling Stones?
Yes,
right.
Give me shelter.
It was probably done by Mark Post.
You think that Scorsese went back and watched this to get a little inspiration for Casino.
Because he puts that movie, he puts that song in everything.
The movie.
Oh, he did.
He did.
He puts that song in like 3 or 4 movies.
Yeah,
I know.
They show like a slot machine paying off very slowly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well,
it didn't seem like a lot of coins were coming out of that slot machine.
But that cover was just painful.
Yeah,
and
so
I don't know how it says Vegas.
Right. So was this filmed at like Bob's Casino?
Yeah, so he sits down at the table she's dealing at, and there's another dude there. She's a killer. You're gonna lose your money. She's a killer.
I'll take my chances.
So he sits down and he says, "Oh, Devin sent me," and she gets all freaked out.
Yeah, not here.
Not exactly, not here.
Yeah, not why.
And I'm
Is there someone else? No one's here.
And then he goes, "Oh yeah, okay. I'll see you later tonight," and just gets up and leaves. He doesn't even play a hand. Michael Knight is terrible.
That is more conspicuous than anything.
I know. Let me sit in a place that's full of cameras.
Right.
And,
well, it wasn't full of cameras then.
No, they were full of cameras then.
Oh, sure.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
When did they start doing cameras in Vegas?
Almost like shortly after they built the place.
Oh, wow.
Watch Casino again.
Yeah, so in a place where all cameras, so he basically, she's trying to keep things confidential, and he just out in the open. Then later they're driving around in Kit, and Michael Knight is a fucking asshole throughout this thing to her.
Right.
You know,
shouldn't she have recognized him as Garth without the...
She did.
She did.
Did she?
She said
that's
Garth.
right. She goes,
was the first thing she said to him.
Oh, that's right. Garth? He's like, what? Just because of the hair helmet?
Yeah.
The exact same hair.
Wasn't it convenient that Garth had the exact same hairdo and length?
So
and his build and height was exactly the same as well?
Dude, I'm telling you, he had longer sideburns and an earring.
Oh, I forgot. As Michael Knight's walking out of the casino,
right?
He sees Garth.
Oh, that's
and goes like, what the what?
What in the what?
So he goes.
I saw, and I love the way they talk. And it's like, I saw a guy that looks just like me. You know who he talks like? He talks like, what's his name from F is for Family?
I mean, it's Bill Burr.
No. The Sam Rockwell voiced him.
Oh yeah.
The neighbor who was the DJ.
So
what was his name? Rick or something like that? Yeah.
I used to think it was McConaughey, but it is Sam Rockwell.
No, it's Sam Rockwell.
Yeah. When can I ask about the genealogy here?
Go ahead.
So like Garth is the direct son of
the dude
Wilton Knight.
Wilton Knight, who died.
Michael was a police officer who was shot in the face, and they gave him plastic surgery.
What?
And then he was pronounced dead. Michael Long was pronounced dead.
Right.
And then they gave him the new identity of Michael Knight. And
wasn't it something else Long?
No, it was Michael Long. It was Michael.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
he's like RoboCop.
Yeah, kind of, except he has no special powers other than his incredible charm. And
being an idiot.
Dashing good looks.
Dashing good looks.
And he's able to wear tight pants and low-cut shirts.
So he goes,
okay,
how come this dude looks like me? And they said, that's Garth Knight, that's Wilton's son. He goes, what I talked about previously on the other show is how screwed up that is, that dude had given Michael Long plastic surgery to look like his son.
Yeah, that's weird.
And so Michael calls that out. He said, blah, blah, blah. Don't
you think that's a little weird?
And then he goes, so he made me look like his son, and Devin's excuse was, well, we never thought he'd get out of jail.
3 life sentences.
Well, yeah, but we didn't think, he would.
He would get out of jail. This would have never come up.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. Michael buys it and doesn't bring it up again.
Well,
he was pissed for 3 seconds, and then the show went on.
When you have an explanation that's sound, you move right on.
Yeah, you go, okay.
You go, ow. Well, then that makes all
now that you explain it properly.
Where was he in jail? Africa. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Who would expect to get out of an African jail?
Yeah. No one gets out of African jails.
That's explained.
Yeah.
So
Devin's like, Michael, don't concern yourself with such things.
So Devin explains that the molecular bonding on Kit's shell, he said that's a secret formula and it was split up between 3 people, but you could not recreate the formula unless you could recreate it with 2 people, but not with 1.
Right.
And I'm saying that makes no sense whatsoever. If you break something in 3 pieces, how are 2 people going to do it?
Right. Why didn't his wife
already have that formula? Since she owns the company?
Yeah, I was just going to say, shouldn't she, I'm sure there's paper files still at that time, so she could have just, thumbed through some shit and found it.
Exactly, because he said to Bonnie how worried he was because she is the one who funds the foundation.
Right. I'm sure on the file, the heading would have still been, Kit molecular structure.
Yeah. Because Carr had that.
Yeah.
Carr had the same molecular bonding.
Right. So they were like, So yeah, it made no sense. But hey.
So it wasn't
about making sense, Jim.
It
was about tight pants and low cut shirts.
So Devin says, I was one of the people with a piece of the formula, and I was drugged, and she got it out of me, basically.
Right.
But he didn't die, so he says he's going to hop on a plane, and he says, I got to get to where that other dude is.
Wasn't he in Sweden?
Yeah, Sweden.
Sweden. So he was in Sweden.
So they go there, and Bonnie and Devin find the other dude dead on the floor.
Dude, my favorite was...
That was in Sweden?
Yeah. My favorite
was... Hold on.
Yeah, my favorite was when Devin was just like, call a hospital, but that specializes in poison.
Yeah, oh, no, exotic poison.
Exotic poison, yeah. Call a hospital that specializes in exotic poison. Oh,
the exotic poison hospital.
Yeah. I work at a fucking hotel.
I am the concierge.
I can tell you where to go get good steak, but I don't know about. Yeah,
that was Brazil for sure.
Oh, was
it? Could have been Brazil.
Yeah, it could have been Brazil. Yeah,
they showed the big Jesus.
Oh, that's right. That's right. It was Rio.
It was. Yeah. So it was Rio.
So he's like, that specializes in poison, exotic poisons. So he's like, I can get you a steak,
So Bonnie says that the guy's been dead for about an hour. How the heck would she know that?
No, didn't she say 24 hours?
Yeah, I thought it was.
Or 24 hours.
Yeah, it was like,
how would she know that?
Yeah, because he has a raging hard-on.
Yeah.
Rigor mortis is set in.
Did she take the body temperature or something? She was just standing there. She didn't have any equipment in her hand.
Her hair did it.
Oh.
Bonnie's hair figured it out. Bonnie's hair has Kit in it. She talks to it. And it talks back.
So Michael...
What do you think? She's fixing that fucking car?
So when he was talking to the dealer, right? He, as an example of his assholeness, is when he's talking to her and he's casually, well, I'll look into it and blah, blah, blah. And he takes her home and then she doesn't say anything and he just stares at her and goes,
right.
The key?
Yeah. Hello?
Hello, the key. Like,
let me tell you, man.
He was a friggin' jerk.
You don't understand.
The jerk star called and said they're full of him.
David Hasselhoff has what we call in the business comedic timing. Because he thought he was sly. The key. Wow, man, I brought it home.
He definitely thought a lot of himself.
Instead of going, oh, can I have that key for the that key that your brother had? No.
Yeah,
it's like,
remember the key?
It's like, duh, you're going to give me the key.
And he had like, when he finally went to the bus station with the key.
Yeah, Kit complained about having to look up where that key might fit. I mean, anyone can look at it and say, okay, it's a locker key. Where are you going to go? Bus stations, airports. And
right. So it's funny because
I wish he went to the bowling alley.
Kit had, oh, dude, that would have been awesome. It was just in a fucking bowling alley.
Because Kit gave him those two options. It was either the bus station or the bowling alley.
I would have went to the bowling alley. It would have been league night, you know? Yeah, dude, it would have been awesome. So he goes to the, but Kit's trying to find it on the map.
Yeah.
And the map's moving around. Like he can talk to Devin and Bonnie and Bonnie's hair, and it goes digital.
Right.
But when they look at the map,
it's a paper map.
It's a paper map moving around.
Clearly, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't have navigation systems like we do today.
But you figure. But my point is, like, you figure it can go digital, then come back, and then go digital and come back, like that. That's. But
here's the thing: that map scan that Kit did,
right,
was no logical pattern.
No, like it was just moving around.
Yeah, it wasn't like over, down, over, down, over, down. Yeah. It was. It was like, using it like going diagonally, going left, going right.
I'm surprised they didn't use a fucking Viewmaster.
You know, it was one camera set, and someone on a big table was just moving a map around.
Yeah, it's just some fucking union guy moving the map around.
Just end up here.
Yeah.
So meanwhile,
dude, I wish they would have went to the bowling alley. That's so cool.
Meanwhile, there's montages of Garth working on, not working on Goliath, glaring at the people who were working on Goliath. He glared a lot in this.
Which was a little creepy.
Montages of them looking at it, and then they bring in these African dudes, African military dudes that supposedly sprung him from the African prison in exchange for him doing a mission for them. And he demonstrates Goliath's hardened molecular bonded shell by giving him this pipe and letting him hit
perfectly cut.
I know, let him hit the thing. And he taps the front and it shears perfectly.
Yeah.
It
could break pipes.
Yeah, the guy was like excited about.
Yes, it can. It can break pipes. What else could it do? It could break pipes.
It can break pipes. That's all we've tested so far. We still cut the pipe a little.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a metal truck at home, and I broke a pipe over it, and it didn't do anything either. So could they have a more impractical fucking vehicle for this job?
With the trailer.
Yeah.
So dumb.
It's like Optimus Prime.
Yeah. My favorite was watching the military guys load the fucking missiles.
Oh yeah.
Fucking Stripes. Stripes did it better 10 years before that.
What was that thing? They put the missile launcher, they just sat it on top and then started putting missiles in it. Are you going to secure that?
No, 4 bolts, Jim.
But they didn't put any bolts.
No, I understand that. They're just putting, they didn't, and you notice they didn't put a bunch of them in. They only put like 1 or 2.
Yes.
Just to make sure, like, all right, it fits.
It fits.
And with the flashlight too.
Yeah.
So Garth is walking with his mother saying how he is going to wind up killing Michael Knight because Michael is a walking insult to him. But this is like tour de force evil acting out of David Hasselhoff.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was
They were. I was
chewing the scenery.
The only thing that was missing was the fucking Dr. Evil.
The African guy took care of that.
Well, yeah, that is true.
So, Kit and Goliath, Kit goes to scan Red Bluff.
Right.
And he scans and sees two big doors in the side of the mountain, but his X-ray mode can't penetrate it.
Can't go through lead.
Yeah, it can't go through lead.
Just like Superman.
Yeah. Yep. And that's what Bonnie tells him when he goes like, oh, could you soup up his X-ray mode to see through? How long would it take to soup up his X-ray mode?
He's like, no.
And she goes, never.
He can't see through lead.
He can't see through lead. That's not going to work. But she does improve his infrared mode.
Yeah, that's right.
Which, when used, showed like a video.
So it sees perfectly.
So
it wasn't like an infrared image.
You notice when Kit's driving his the TVs in the car that are showing where he's going, are like very fuzzy,
right?
Like there's not great reception. And
you notice it's always accelerating from 60 to 76 miles an hour. Every time they cut to the dashboard, you see the speedometer counting up, but it's the same shot over and over again.
It's called stock footage, Jim. They're only getting one shot at it. You're not supposed to pay attention.
So Michael sees the missiles in there, and he says, "Oh, let's go in." And Kit's going, "Yeah, you sure about this?" And he goes, "No, I know what I'm doing." And he goes in, and there's Goliath, this testing range, and Goliath's coming at him, and Michael and Kit goes, "Shouldn't we get out of here?" Yeah. And he goes, "No, I got a plan. I got to clip its tire." Would that have worked with Kit? No, because Kit's tires wouldn't deflate. So why did he think that thing's tires wouldn't deflate?
That is true.
So Kit gets mashed up, and Michael becomes a raging asshole at this point.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
How did Kit get mashed up? Like, he should have been fine, other than
because two molecularly bonded shells crashed into each other, and the bigger one won.
Yeah, but he should have just bounced off.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that's all.
It shouldn't have dented.
Exactly. Shouldn't have dented. It shouldn't have done anything.
Because it did dent it.
Yeah, it dented the shit out of it.
So Kit's on his side. Michael says, "Oh, I gotta look at the manual and see if I can fix you up." And Kit goes to him, basically asks him, "Am I going to die?"
He says, "Probably."
And he goes, "Well, if I can't figure out this manual, there's a good shot of that." It's like, fuck you, Michael. Your best friend here is
hold on. He goes,
asking if he's going to die.
Am I going to die? Kit, you're a car. Bonnie will fix you. No, you don't exist. Like, you're not alive.
You're
not like fucking, you're not like Johnny Five.
I think Kit is sentient. I think...
No.
He is sentient.
No.
Clearly.
No, not at all.
He knows what death is. He's sentient.
No, I don't buy it.
He asked, is basically my existence going to end? And Michael's a jerk.
No, Bonnie will fix you and you'll be fine.
We'll make a new one.
Yeah, be fine.
We'll make it. It's no skin off my apple. They'll just give me a new one.
Yeah. Yeah. No, dude, you'll be fine. Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll hook you up to some batteries. We'll teach.
I'm just saying, Michael will teach whoever nicer to Kit. Kit, how many times has Kit saved his life?
Every single show.
That's right.
That would be like, Kit, not only are we going to make sure Bonnie fixes you and you'll be fine, but we're going to get another detailer who knows how to wax a car, because I've never seen so many fucking swirl marks on a black car in my life. I was just like, Kit doesn't look great.
It was before HDTV, man. They didn't
I was
know.
just like,
they didn't know.
There's a lot of scratches and swirl marks on Kit that
you could hide a lot in the 80s.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, when they did go several times use the tractor trailer that's bigger on the inside than it is on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever Kit drives into that thing, you see it drive in. It fits.
It fits.
It just fits.
Almost fits, right.
Right, almost fits when he drives in. Then all of a sudden, it's wide and long.
Yeah,
and like there's an office.
And coffee.
Still really good. That's a really good stunt, though. I dig it.
Yeah.
No, I have nothing against the driving into the truck. They should have made the truck bigger to match the inside of the truck.
Yeah. Or have not a truck and pull into a garage or something. Like I never understood the truck.
Because Michael travels around. The support truck's got to be nearby.
Oh, all right. So no matter where he goes, there's a support truck minutes away.
There's that support truck.
That's my point.
That's what I'm saying. He never leaves California.
He went to Vegas.
Yeah, this one time he goes to Vegas.
That's it, though, man.
No, but the support truck was there too.
Yeah, because it follows around. It just doesn't get there as fast.
So Bonnie just has to sit around in a fucking
when she's
truck
not
all day.
When she's not in the office with Devin with her nerd glasses on.
Right.
They did send a cameraman to Rio de Janeiro.
That's right. They did.
But it was probably just one person. The rest was filmed in California.
So Devin goes to see the general at Red Bluff and says, I think someone's going to try to steal these missiles. And the general jerk-off is there. What missiles?
Yeah.
There's
no missiles in Red Bluff. It's an Indian reservation.
We're perfectly fine.
Yeah. It sounds like the government, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was believable.
So the General Kuna goes to Garth. Hey, why don't you keep your mind on the prize and stop with this vendetta nonsense? And Garth, no one tells me what to do.
Yeah.
Not my mother. Not my. And I'm going, man, does he have mommy issues?
Yeah. Not my mother. My father.
It's
Daddy.
It's like Manchurian Candidate.
Yeah.
How much he's in love with his mom.
Yeah. Right.
So, for some reason, Garth Knight runs up against Michael while Garth's in his Mercedes. And he's trying to run Kit off the road. And he knows perfectly well Kit is pretty indestructible.
Right.
That car's not going to hurt it.
No. But he had to give it a try.
So running on ego.
It turns out in this episode that we find out that neither Garth nor Michael Knight are really good at fighting.
or playing craps.
Oh, and every time you saw a scene of them together, the dude they used as a stand-in, the back of the head stand-in, didn't even have the same haircut.
No, it was awesome. But the fight scene reminded me of fucking Kiss Meets the Phantom.
Oh, man, that was terrible.
Like that whole fight scene where the fucking Ace Frehley wasn't Ace Frehley. It was someone completely different.
Yeah,
I was just like holy
a different
shit.
Dude in an Ace Frehley outfit.
It was a black guy in Ace Frehley's outfit.
Well,
true. You could hide a lot in the 80s, man.
I'm telling you, man. It was fight scenes were awful. But the whole I have a plan. And the I don't know why like craps would piss him off.
Oh yeah, he had a plan to piss him off by winning at craps.
Yeah.
Right. And so he would chase him, basically, right?
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't he just go up and like smack him and call him a dick? And then he would still chase him.
Or just show up and run away. The guy's going to chase you.
Right. Just steal his cane and be like, ha ha. My cane.
I was 10 years old when this aired.
Wow.
And when I was around 22, 23, I had like this fascination with craps.
Really?
I didn't know where it came from until I watched this today.
Oh.
This was your started your fascination with craps?
It must have been. I didn't really know about craps until
Wow.
Especially with Kit, putting its dice zapper, which is another skill that Kit has that makes no sense.
No.
Nope.
But
Where's that coming from?
I would never leave that craps table.
Exactly.
Seriously, why do you leave?
Yeah. Hey, Michael, we have to go stop crime. Dude, no, we're killing it.
You could have got a suite.
Yeah.
Got breakfast.
I got comp breakfast.
Could have got a show.
Kid, I got comp dinner at the noodle bar. I'm going.
Kit, I love noodles.
I love noodles. You don't eat noodles. You don't understand.
You don't understand the glory, the sumptuousness of noodles.
The soft texture and the saltiness of those noodles. It's quite delicious.
Quite exquisite.
Kid, I got comp at the noodle bar. All right, the noodle bar.
They don't do that with everybody, Kid.
Yeah, Kid.
I want to go to the noodle bar.
And Kid's like, Michael, it was all me. I better get some noodles.
Yeah, and what's with Kit's corny insults to about Goliath?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that was.
Well, why does Kit say "ow" all the time?
What?
Like when Michael just does something, he goes "ow," Michael. Like he doesn't feel that.
I'm sorry, like Kid is very sensitive.
He's sentient.
No, I don't buy it.
Oh, and talking about getting him to chase Michael. All he had to do, like you said, he didn't have to win at craps and do all that stuff. But the last thing he said to him was like a total fucking bro dick move.
Yeah,
and
nice hair.
No, he said, say hi to your mom for me.
Yeah. Oh, dude, when I heard that, I was just like, say hello to your mother for me, all right?
Yeah, I know. I said that was a total dick move. That's all he had to do.
So, yeah, that was, but I'm just like, when I heard 19 different other like movie lines from him, I'm like, say hello to your mom for me. So I heard Biff, I heard Mark Wahlberg.
Pretty good, though.
So Devin pulls an idiot move and goes to see the Widow Knight.
Right.
Again.
Yeah.
And, I'm here to talk sense into you. I mean, come on, Devin.
Yeah. He's another one who's
so he gets captured by Devin. Devin then Michael captures Garth.
Right.
And then Devin takes him into the truck and puts him into the office room or whatever.
And then they do the old switcheroo.
Yeah. And then Michael dresses up at Garth Knight. Luckily, they had those those mustache and sideburn pieces.
Yeah.
I was thinking, where do you find that shit?
Yep.
So quickly.
Right.
Maybe he went to, they were in Vegas. Maybe he went to a costume shop.
Yeah. Still. And then the dealer girl believed him in a minute. Like, not even just like, it had no like, what? You're who? You're Michael now? You're Garth? No, it's me, Michael. How do I know? You still you look exactly like him.
And you could be Garth just fucking with me.
Yeah, exactly. And she bought it. She's like, oh, hi, Michael. It's fun.
So Devin got him up there. So does he leave him up there? No. I'm going to go check on him.
Yeah.
Like, why?
Not even restrained at all.
It wasn't even an hour.
No handcuffs, no nothing.
Nope.
And of course, Garth is hiding on the side, and he kicks the gun out of Devin's. Devin's not really a good hand-to-hand combat guy either.
Oh, my beautiful eyes.
Yeah. But Garth can't be all bad because he didn't shoot him dead. He just left.
Well,
he locked him in there.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a personal vendetta against.
Yeah, it's not Devin he has an issue with. It's Michael and his mother.
Yeah. And he like swung from the ceiling.
Yeah.
Pretty tight.
So Garth goes on his mission. Oh, first Michael Knight is he's going to plant an explosive on Goliath.
That's right.
And so he shows up to General Kuna and the Widow Knight there. Right. And he says, give me 5 minutes. I need to check out Goliath. And he walks like real slow over there. And then he sees a car. He sees the car coming with Garth Knight in it. Why didn't he just run into Goliath and put the bomb in there?
Don't know. Because he had to get ready to fight.
Well, he got captured immediately.
They were ready to throw some 80s style fisticuffs.
That bomb never comes up. It was like Chekhov's gun. It should have been used.
Yeah, it's never used.
It never came up.
How come when they were going to fight, they always have to like dance in a circle first before they you notice that?
Oh, that's an endless question. Yeah. So many things. You just don't answer.
So
I think it started in West Side Story.
Yeah. So dancing in a circle, then they start fighting. I'm like, all right.
So Garth goes on the mission. He puts soldiers in the back of the truck. They use the missiles to blow up the doors at Red Bluff.
Right.
They run in there.
Here's the best part.
They fight the Army or the Air Force, whoever they were.
Right.
The Army soldiers, and if you rewound that.
Sound effects?
No. They laid a few of the guys just lay down. Like they don't act like they got shot. They just lay down on the ground. Dude, who coordinated the stunts? Because they missed a few things.
Well, my favorite is when they stole the missiles. Weren't they nukes, right?
There were some kind of missiles.
Right. Not only did they load whatever missiles were into the back of the truck, also jam in a couple of the military people back there.
Yeah, that's true.
It'd be incredibly unsafe.
That is true. Driving around with some loose missiles.
Loose missiles
and a bunch of guys in the back.
A bunch of guys in the back. There's no beer. Like when they close the door and hit the beep, boop, 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 boop thing to, the code.
So he also brings the girl to.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not safe in the hotel? Not safe in the hotel? You think she's safer out there?
No, she said she was coming. I'm coming. I have to finish this. My brother. Brother's dead. Like, what do you need to do? Don't worry about it.
So they steal the missiles. They come out. But Michael Kit scans Goliath and sees the pin, the vital pin.
Bickety bam, the
whole truck comes apart.
Pull that cross pin and bickety bam, the whole fucking stage comes down.
Says that doesn't have molecular bonding. They must have missed that one.
Right.
And Michael, who should know how to do this stuff, rigs up the laser.
He read the manual earlier.
Well, so going back when Kit was dying and he pulled out the fucking the book.
Yeah.
The book that read like stereo instructions.
It was called something else.
Yeah.
It was like the EMB or something, emergency blueprints.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is that in the car? And two, shouldn't Kit have it up on the screen on one of those 13 TVs that he has in the car?
Oh, Kit was dying.
Kit was
still
dying. He couldn't operate the screens. You got to give Kit a break. It's a hard life. It's a hard life Kit has, kowtowing to that jerk, Michael Knight.
All right. Well, Jim
doesn't care if he lives or dies.
Well, it's a car.
There was a lot of odds joke too.
Yeah.
Like C-3PO. Never tell me the odds.
Right.
So they use the laser to separate the truck. He seals with the laser. He seals the back of the trailer so that
they can't get out.
They can't get out. Then he shoots some of the missiles up at Garth's thing. And Michael's like telling the kid to wait for a certain amount of time. For what? Yeah. You don't know when he's going to fire the missiles. He's getting ready to fire. How do you know?
Yeah. And again, Kit should have been like, great shot, Michael. I've been doing it all along. No, great shot. Yeah. How'd you know to do that? Well, I can sense when he's firing missiles. You can't.
So Kit shoots the missile. The truck blows up. Garth, it gets smoky and Garth jumps out because he's pussy. And then
pretty smoky.
Then the truck blows up.
Right.
Garth is captured.
And it ends.
He hugs the girl who should have no romantic attachment to him the way he treated her.
Right.
And that was the end. There was no epilogue.
No explanation on... You figure... Now, I didn't see, a bunch of them, but isn't there like kind of like the A-Team? There's always that, job well done, and let's have a cigar.
There's always some sort of conclusion.
Right. There was none in this.
Yeah.
I love it when a plan comes together.
Yeah, just like, Murdoch doing something funny.
Yeah. All it did was end in a lame fight.
Yeah.
It was the lamest.
It was. That's what I mean. It reminded me of fights in Kiss Meets the Phantom. It was terrible.
Yeah. So he might have been a good lifeguard, but he is not good at faking, looking good while attempting karate.
Yeah.
Oh, God. No.
I know karate. Careful. Russ knows karate. Anytime someone says that, that's all I can think about now. Careful, boys. Russ knows karate.
The gentleman?
Yeah.
Yeah, the gentleman.
Yeah, I got it.
So that was the end of Night Rider. Goliath. Wow. Episodes 1 and 2, season 2.
Yeah. Was it episodes 1 and 2?
Yes, it was.
It was
episode 1.
I didn't.
Well, Goliath makes a return.
Oh?
Later in this season.
Does Garth come back?
Yeah. It was called, where is it?
Goliath blew the fuck up.
Goliath Returns. Episode 40 and 41.
Whoa.
Wow.
Hey, was that something else? That episode of Destroy All Television. Well, you may get some more later, but if you want to listen to some of the older episodes of this podcast or our other fine podcasts at damshow.co, damshow.co. That's where you'll find Damn Junior podcasts. Well, until next week. Oh, email. destroymail@gmail.com. That's our email address, destroymail@gmail.com. Until next time, when the gang will be back together, I bid you adieu. Good night, then.